On Wednesday, October the 31st, at the headquarters of the Franciscan Custodial Curia in Jerusalem, an exhibition was inaugurated to celebrate the canonization of Pope Paul VI, which took place on Sunday, October 14th in St. Peter's Square, a simple act of homage to the great Pope who became a pilgrim in the Holy Land from the 2nd to the 6th of January 1964. These were the words of Father Francesco Patton, Custos of the Holy Land.
È stato un viaggio importantissimo, prima di tutto perché era la prima volta dopo
It was a very important journey. First of all, because it is the first time since St. Peter left the Holy Land that a successor of his made a pilgrimage to the Holy Land. So it was an event that had a huge and extraordinary resonance. Then it was very important from the point of view of the Second Vatican Council, 10 years after Nobis in Animo. Pope Paul VI will say that he came here on purpose to pray, to give, we could say, a good push to the conclusion of the work of the Second Vatican.
alla conclusione dei lavori del Vaticano II.
Lo scopo un po' di questa mostra era naturalmente di insistere su.
The purpose of the exhibition was to illustrate the Pope who came to the Holy Land. We have these panels that illustrate the 11 sanctuaries where the Pope visited, plus 4 on the ecumenical side, where he carried out meetings with the heads of the other churches, with Athenagoras. We have highlighted the altar on which the Pope celebrated Mass in front of the shrine of the Holy Sepulchre. I would like, as a liturgist, to remember that Paul VI gave the shrines the privilege of confirming the Mass of the day, but also as a whole for the churches to celebrate Mass suitable to the site. So the Pope celebrated the Mass of the Resurrection before the edicule.
Al luogo dove il Papa ha celebrato quindi davanti all'edicola la Messa della Risurrezione.
In all the sanctuaries he visited, he left or imprinted a recollection of his pilgrimage. Worn stoles and vestments, sacred vessels and special gifts. In the presentation of the lecturers is the content and the meaning of this historic pilgrimage. In his speech, Archbishop Leopoldo Girelli, nuncio in Israel and Cyprus and apostolic delegate of Jerusalem and Palestine, wanted to reflect on the visit of Pope Paul VI and the Second Vatican Ecumenical Council. Father Claudio Bottini, however, emphasized the echo of memories, the surprise of the announcement of the journey and the concrete gestures. This visit should be for the purpose of rendering honor to Jesus Christ, a true pilgrimage defined as very rapid and with a character of simplicity, piety, penance and charity. In just 4 days he visited the main sanctuaries of salvation. Father Bottini also recalled important and significant encounters such as the one with the King of Jordan, who welcomed the Pope with exceptional cordiality and accompanied his movements by personally piloting an escort helicopter.
Dal suo aereo il Papa invia messaggi di saluto alle popolazioni e ai governanti. Atene, Ankara, Nicosia, Beirut, Damasco.
The meeting with the Israeli authorities and especially with the Ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople Athenagoras at the Apostolic Delegation in Jerusalem on the Mount of Olives. The image of the embrace between these two guides of the Church has become almost an icon of subsequent developments in ecumenical relations between Catholics and Orthodox. For Father Bottini, those who have faith cannot fail to see the direction of providence leading the Church and its pastors. So many wonderful memories like this were captured by Monsignor Giacinto Marcuzzo, who himself is recognized in one of the photos of the time. Yes, I was a minister during the Pope's visit to the Holy Sepulchre. I was carrying the cross in the midst of an enormous confusion. Images and testimonies recovered from the archives of the Custody of the Holy Land. In the archive we have several documents. The most precious are this press review prepared by the custody of that period before and during the visit. There were brothers in charge, not only Franciscans, but of different congregations as Dominicans, and there were nuns. They made communications for the media. It was very important because this was the first visit of a pope, the first time in history, and many things were not known. So the custody is committed to creating this office. We also have documents collected after the visit, because all the means of communication in the world have written articles, made reports on the Pope's visit. This exhibition was only possible thanks to the large number of professionals who dedicated their time and passion in covering the first trip of a Pope to the Holy Land, and those who still work today to preserve the historical memory of this event. And for us it is a joy to see that Pope Paul VI has become Saint Paul VI, and we can venerate him as a saint, and we can also say a prayer to him as an intercessor. We wanted so much to live in the Holy Land, and we ask him to continue to intercede, and perhaps even through his intercession we can benefit from a little more dialogue. He was the Pope of dialogue, and through his intercession even a little more peace comes to these places. It was a great desire of Pope Paul VI.
Un po' più di pace giunga in questi luoghi.